the last of the cowboys to giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James, a modern day outlaw gang. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. Saddle up, boys.
I'm still in the state of Utah, down towards St. George, Utah. And for those in the trucking industry that are familiar with the St. George area, you know that there's a particular business that does a lot for the trucking industry, Performance Diesel Incorporated. I'm cruising along with a particular individual that everyone knows, I would think. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your history there.
My name's Jerad Wittwer, owner of PDI Diesel, Performance Diesel Inc. here in St. George, Utah. My background I started mechanicing in 1991. I worked for a shop down the road that was called Southwest Diesel. They were a Cat, Cummins, and Detroit dealer, and we did various types of overhauls, engine maintenance, and so I learned from them guys up to the point of 2001 when I started PDI.
Well, that's pretty cool. You got some real good hands-on training there, hands-on experience. So is that the main reason you found yourself in the truck industry?
From about the age of 12, 13 years old, I came from the ranching industry. My dad owned a ranch, and to be honest with you, the first engine I ever tore apart in his front yard was a 6.2 Chevy diesel, and that was a nightmare, but we got through it. It had an oil pan leak, and I ended up fixing that, and then kind of got the bug, and I think got diesel fuel in my veins and went from there.
10-4. About how old were you when you tore down that engine?
It was about 12 to 13 years old.
Well, that's pretty cool. So from there, wrenching and everything was something that you liked. You said the ranching industry. What type of ranching was that? You know, I'm from Florida, so I don't know a whole lot of when it comes to livestock and everything. So bring me up to speed there.
Well, actually just south of town, there's a place called the Arizona Strip, Saginaw Mountain. I was raised pretty much out there in the ranching industry. My family ran about 200 head of cows to start with. Pretty rough terrain, not a whole lot of water. Sometimes we hauled water with an old Mack truck that we had. And I did that till about 94, 5, somewhere in there. And it just became too much, be married and working at Southwest Diesel and doing ranching on the side.
I completely understand that. And I was told that you have a really good competitive drive. And I was even told, and you may or may not want to comment on this, but I was told that you had something to do for a little time where you're even delivering milk in between. Maybe this was before becoming a mechanic or things like that, but if you wanted to comment on that, it's really cool to be able to hear where guys came from and where they are now.
That is correct. At the point of about, pretty much my whole life, my dad had ranching and he had a home delivery milk business where we delivered milk door to door, and about 1998 we purchased that from my dad, and I worked at Southwest Diesel during the day and I would deliver milk during the night, and that was 4 days a week. We did that up till about the late 2000, and then we sold that company out to wind or dairy. I do have to say that gave me the drive to be able to put a little bit of money in the bank, enough money to start PDI.
Well, that's awesome. Like I said, it's really cool to see and hear about the roots of things and where guys have come from and how they've transitioned and worked their way into something that has been successful. So thanks for sharing that.
There was a lot of learning curve in business with the milk route, anywhere from collecting your money to making sure that the product was there on time and different other aspects also.
So now when it comes to starting a business, PDI, was it always PDI or was it something else that you did first that developed into Performance Diesel Incorporated?
Well, it was just Performance Diesel Incorporated, and we really didn't have much in the performance. We didn't manufacture. We just mainly did engine repairs. I've overhauled about every engine there is out there in the diesel market up to certain later years, and of course my team does that now. But I first started in the performance end, I think it was in about 2007. I started seeing a bunch of manifold failures and parts that weren't up to par for drivers, and that's where we got our start into manufacturing and the performance end of things.
Why don't you give me a rundown on the scope of what the business provides? I know for a fact that you guys are a nationwide company and everything, so why don't you give me the soup to nuts tour of what you guys do?
Well, we do everything from hands-on service to manufacture parts. We manufacture exhaust manifolds, electronic tuning for better fuel efficiency that we've spent a ton of money on getting CARB executive orders on that so it meets emissions. Our service shop does anything from overhauls to bolting on our parts to R&D in our dyno bay. And we manufacture and sell probably close to 200 different parts worldwide, from clutches to exhaust manifold kits, exhaust manifolds, electronic tuning, and just different pieces and parts.
So now, with all that said, walk me through how some of the products that you guys have, how they come about. Walk me through that.
I'll talk about this 2018 X15 truck I'm driving with that manifold, intake manifold, and the Additurbo kit. And what we do is we'll take the design of the manufacturer, pull it off, reverse engineer it, and then take and do flow testing on it and make better parts. We have a mechanical engineer that looks things over, and we get it close, and then we CAD draw everything, and then we actually 3D print everything to manufacture the first one-off piece to make sure it bolts on, fits up, and if there's any design changes, we can do it at that point.
So out of curiosity, how long does something take to come to life from the initial thought process or release of a new engine or what have you to getting a finished working product?
Well, and that depends on the engine, and of course depends on how tough the product is. The Additurbo kit that's on this truck comes, I would say it's been about a year in the process, from the very first one that we fabbed up to getting CAD drawings, printings, getting one-off pieces to test. On the other hand, the ISX manifold, the intake manifold that we came up with, that manifold took us about 120 days from first off to, finish. It just depends on how detailed the project is and how much beta testing actually needs to be done on it. I mean, some of the Additurbos have been out there not only running for a year, but and hearing feedback on what changes need to be done, and then putting them into cast iron or cast aluminum product.
So I was told that you guys have a tuner that's going to be new to the market or is new to the market. Why don't you tell me about this tuner that you guys have?
Well, the tuner has been in the process for about a year in the workings. Of course, we had the dealer tool that we used before, the Big Boss tuner. Now it's in a handheld, different package. It comes in with a tuning cable, the tuner itself, and a little 9-way or a 6-way plug, depending on which application you have. The tuner has been through the testing to be able to be carb executive order on Cummins and Caterpillar engines from 2017 to 1993 and a half. The cool part about it is you can tune your truck, and it comes with 2 different settings. Besides, also has different applications in it. You can move the gauges around. You can return the truck back to stock at any time you want. And if you're an over-the-road truck driver that changes trucks often, you can take it from one truck to the next as long as it's returned back to stock. It also has 5 different gauge settings at one single time, and it's the only tuner on the market that has touchscreen availability where you touch it and you can move, and has everything that you can see on the Insight or Caterpillar computer that the dealerships use for troubleshooting. You can see all those gauges and touch them or change them at any given time.
What has the feedback been like with some of the owner-operators or guys that have that in their hand? What have they said about that?
On the beta testers, they're loving them, and I believe that every driver's going to have them because it does have Wi-Fi capability, so there'll always be updates, different things that go on with the tuner. Eventually, it will be a scan tool in itself. You'll be able to change different settings. Gear, if you get a new set of tires or you want to go a bigger set of tires, you'll be able to change that without going to a dealership. And also at a certain point, which we're hoping for by the 1st of 2019, that you can put these in active regen and clean your DPF out, or different types of testing with it. It also has, right now I'm measuring intake air temperature, coolant temperature, oil pressure, oil temp, and oil boost pressure. And there's so many different applications that you can check and see what your engine's actually doing. And I think honestly it would help the driver drivability and get better fuel efficiency as they watch their engine perform.
I tell you what, that's a mouthful. That's a good mouthful, though.
The key part about it is if somebody orders one with the different areas we'll have this as availability, is you could have one in 24 hours, overnight freight, or pick it up at any of our dealers or facilities that are going to be holding it. And I think people will really, really enjoy having it and being able to see the different things it does. I can talk about it as much as I want, but until people have it in their hands, I don't think they're going to see what exactly it does for them.
So now, would you consider it to be similar to what a guy can get for their performance car or truck or something like that?
Yes, but as ones as we've seen as competitors or different pieces that are out there, we haven't seen anybody that has as many functions or functionality that this has, besides being able to be touchscreen at the point of your finger and being able to change to a different screen at any given time on the fly.
Well, that's pretty cool. Now, Jerad, we didn't even talk about the truck that you're driving. We jumped into your history and the business and everything. Why don't you tell me about this truck here from front to back and what you do with it?
Well, it's a 2018 Pete, 295 wheelbase, 325 gear ratio, 18 speed, sitting on low pro 24.5 tires. This actually goes to all the truck shows and hauls our show trailer to different places. This week we opted to take the Blue Flame truck, which is called 270, to the GATS truck show, but most generally we use this to haul to the truck shows. We have another truck that looks like it called Stampede, and it's painted a lot like this, and that's why we named this truck the Imposter, as everybody thinks they're coming to see Stampede, and it's actually the Imposter.
Pretty sneaky of you then. That's pretty cool though. Now with it pulling a cattle pot, that's because you guys do things to back out the house with cattle and everything?
Yeah, I have a family ranch and farm. We farm about 1,000 acres that we put up hay on, and then I also run about 330 mother cows up in Penguin, Utah. That's about 125 miles from St. George, and me and my family take care of that along with some other employees.
10-4. I've not been to this part of Utah before. It's beautiful here, lots of red rock and canyon and everything else. Tell me and the viewers, what's unique about this area when it comes to trucking and everything?
Well, there's a lot of different trucking out, smaller trucking fleets that run out of here. There's a company called DATS that runs out of here. They've run, I think, just pretty much the western United States. There's a lot of different fleets that are south of town that run. There's a big Family Dollar warehouse here that gets a lot of different fleet trucks in. There's Park Cox Trucking. They run all over the United States. St. George is where everybody wants to come to retire, and we have a lot of, I've met a lot of retired truck drivers that come here and want to live here, especially during the winter when it's not so blasted hot.
Yeah, I think it was showing somewhere around 100 degrees here before we got on the road there.
Yeah, right now my truck's showing 106. A couple times, about 6 or 7 days ago, we were at 113, 114 degrees. The beauty of St. George is you can drive up the road 50 miles, and in the winter hit snow, and in the summer you can go up there to cool off.
That's pretty awesome. Well, Jerad, it was nice to hop out on the highway here and get a good look at your truck, and obviously get a good earful of what PDI does for the trucking industry. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have enjoyed hearing firsthand what you have done and your history there and growing a company. So I appreciate that, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you very much, and we invite anybody by that wants to come by and check out the facility.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a pretty nice invitation. You guys got a nice setup here.